Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Illinois High School Esports Association playoffs. Today, we're going to be watching the grand final for the 3A Valorant division between Niles West Varsity and Lane Tech College Prep.
Yeah, super excited to be here today. Today will be a best of 5 starting out on Ascent. These two teams having a long season behind them, finally making it to the grand finals, and it's been interesting stories for both of them.
Yeah, the 5 seed coming in, Niles West Varsity, knocking out the number 1 seed, Lane Tech College Prep, currently now playing again in the round 2 in a 2-0, both games going 13-8. And Lane Tech winning 2-0 against Whitney Young Magnet High School in the lower final, which we actually watched yesterday, or 2 days ago.
Yeah, this is actually the first one that we've watched. We watched 2A championships
Ooh,
2 days ago.
I see.
No, we had a
Very wrong.
no, you're good. Had a different caster there, but still very exciting. That was a very exciting series as well, with Walter Payton walking away with that one. Today we have Niles West and Lane Tech, though, competing for the 3A Grand Finals as we get loaded in here.
And now going into Ascent, we will get to see Niles West Varsity start on the defending side and Lane Tech College Prep starting on the attack. And how do we feel about these compositions here?
Let's see. Well, we both see the Sova, which is a very traditional pick on this map. A lot of sprayable walls, especially on that B main, usually a very common pick. Other than that, kind of some picks you would expect to see. I think the most interesting pick I actually see is IHSEA on that Clove, a very aggressive controller.
Yeah, very similar comps for both sides, both having the KO, both having the Sova, both having the Jet. The difference between the Cypher and the Killjoy, both kind of achieving a very similar job. The Omen and the Clove also both achieving a very similar job on their respective halves. So we'll have to see how these teams decide to play it, but Ascent, a very bread and butter map, not a whole lot to think about. Now starting off in this very first round, Lane Tech, 4 of them going to be looking to go towards this B, while we see the Omen Lurk going towards the A, with one walking up into Wine just a little bit for the side of Niles West. Kind of just feeling it out, decides to back up a little bit. That KO knife going to come out there into Tiles, getting a little bit of suppression coming out and some abilities knocked out, having to slow down just a little bit. Still a whole minute and 10 seconds left remaining on this clock. A lot of pop shots coming out. That smoke is going to go down for the side of Niles West. Going to start working their way over here. Now going up into Tree. Still playing this very slow. We still have the one in main. Not quite sure that there's one sitting in lane. Lane Tech working their way up here on this attack. Manages to get one. And that will be a trade here for Niles West. Now into a 4v4. We see another pick go out. Now in this 4v3 here. Getting another one with that shock dart. Casey Echo with a fantastic shot there. Now only 2 players left to make this retake happen for Niles West. The Cypher and the Sova. Swagster here going to break this doorway down. Kimchi hearing it, waiting for this door to break. The bomb just kind of ticking down right now. Swagster going to try to push in here. A nice pick there. Both of them getting one. Now quickly knocking this down into a 2v2. The trade will come out. Only 1 player remaining here. Swagster going to start this defuse. Manages to get it half. Trying to stick it, but gets a fantastic shot there. Looking for the finish off, but does end up getting taken out by there. A great, great start. A close one at that, but Lane Tech going to walk away with the first round.
Yeah, and I think the story of that round really just was being able to use utility and play the smart game of Valorant. We saw all of the utility from Lane Tech actually stalling out that post plant, as well as during the take, getting the shock dart pick from Casey Echo, walking out with 2 on that first round. Really smart plays by Lane Tech, being able to not rely on their gun skills and be able to rely on their mechanical skills.
Yeah,
however,
going into this,
we do notice that there is a slight audio delay, so we're going to get that fixed and go to a BRB for just a few seconds. We will be right back.
We are back quickly. Sorry about that one. Not a whole lot happening while we were gone. A pick does come out for the side of Lane Tech, but still 45 seconds left and a lot of time to work with. A lot of space being made right now. Just kind of playing these rotations. Here on the KO. Gonna try to make something happen. She goes up for it. Doesn't know that they're in the corner there. Doesn't end up getting the pick. Kimchi gets one as well. Now back to only 2 players left here for the side of Niles West to make something happen. They are on the save right now. So more than okay to take the loss in this round, but a nice pick comes out, but Casey Echo cleaning up the last 2 to get Niles West that round. 1 pick does come out. Lane Tech taking that round. Niles West does end up getting a pick there. Now going into their bye round, so being able to kind of flip the script a little bit, but not too bad of a bonus on the side of Lane Tech here.
Yeah, even while having the severe gun advantage, Lane Tech plays it very smart, being able to manipulate duels and get the advantage that way rather than just relying on their bolster and economy. And that's really intelligent because a lot of times you see these players with these gun advantages and take duels that they really shouldn't and end up flipping guns into the losing team's favor. It's how you get those rounds to turn around, but very smart play by Lane Tech overall.
Ichi gonna come up early to get that nice pick onto Pen Lovers there to take them out. Niles West starting this one off ahead. Swagster looking for something to happen. A nice trip is going to spot him out. Doesn't quite get the pick. A lot of trades going out right now. Up a player here for Niles West. 3v2. KO, Sova, and Jet still alive here. Casey Echo's going to even out that score. Malkuno does end up getting taken out there. Now into this 2v2. Still having a lot of KO utility available to them on this defense. The Sova drone going to come out. Spot. No one out there going to play the defense here. Casey Echo looking for one. Knows Bando is on that lane there. Manages to take one out onto Zion. The flash comes out. Bando still the only player left here. Going to try to clean up this round here, but Casey Echo and seem to have it locked down right now. Bando gets one, looking for the other. 41 HP remaining. Still very doable. The time going to be ticking away. Still trying to play it as safe as possible. Going to have to make something happen quickly. The spray's going to come out. Has to swap to the Ghost. Looking for it. Bando does get a nice head tap, but does unfortunately have to leave it there. Just not enough time. Does manage to live and keep that rifle, but a 3-0 lead and a fantastic start for this Lane Tech attack.
Yeah, Lane Tech being able to stick in that market, and with no Niles West players actually wrapping through the market, got a really susceptible angle on that retake, taking out a player in the back, making that a really disadvantageous retake for Niles West. Now, they did walk away with one of the Vandals, so they're going to still have a little bit of a soft economy on this round 4, but definitely supposing to win that round 3, not one that you were expecting if you're a Niles West fan.
And going into this next round, they're looking to just play this safe again. Lane Tech doing a good job of just playing very disciplined in these early rounds.
Here.
Niles West having to kind of respond, and now being on the save. We're going to have to see how they respond here. Still just playing it safe for the side of Lane Tech right now.
They just take everything so slow and methodical, understanding where different amounts of utility are. Having the Killjoy turret on that B main is already going to pull 2 Niles West players onto that B main, thinking that there's going to be a push there, but we're going to see first contact here with Ichi with a nice flash. Kimchi being able to shut that down immediately. Kimchi with 2 walking into the garden, and the explosion is on A site for Lane Tech, up to 5v3. A little bit of slowdown now as Niles West gets set for a retake. Still not a lot of economy for them, and the player disadvantage doesn't help at all either. A lot of players trying to be able to stand tall on this site for Lane Tech, but a lot of utility coming out the other way. Smoke's starting to fade. Kimchi already has 2. Can they get more? Swagster trying to break that door as well. The Silver Dart comes out. Some nice spray from Kimchi. Still looking for an opportunity. Swagster getting shut down by Pen.
Zion looking for one. The only player remaining here. 21 HP to their name against these 4 dominant players here. Manages to get a nice shot there on a KC Echo, but Nuke will clean that up there. 4-0 start. Lane Tech really wanting to take this one, playing against this team before, and probably having played against them a little bit prior as well. definitely a lot of adaptation to be made. These teams probably knowing how each other plays, but Lane Tech, after losing to Niles West, ready to bring this back and prove that they deserve that #1 seed.
Yeah, Lane Tech being able to get all of that free space in the middle and walk all the way up catwalk. Kimchi getting 2 unexpected picks and blowing that round wide open for Lane Tech. Niles West gotta start paying attention to the scoreboard. Usually it's a 0-0 mentality, but going down 4-0 as this drone comes out. Casey Echo getting a nice tag and spray through the wall. That's why Sova is so good on this map, for the amount of things that you can spray through and get picks so easily. Another one down for Niles West. Zion going to be able to catch out Penn, make it a 4v4, and be able to get out with their life as that lurk does go a little slow, and that's going to force Lane Tech to start to rotate over to this B side.
Still choosing to play it safe like they know how to do. Still playing slowly up into this B main. The KO ulti going to come out from there to try to make something happen. Swagster gets a nice pick, has to drop back. The res going to come out for Lane Tech here, get their player advantage back. Now into this 4v4 yet again, going to be pushing into these last 2 players here for Niles West. Malkuno trying to make something happen, and Swagster getting 2 as well. Zion cleaning up 2. It was looking good for Lane Tech with that KO ulti and being able to pressure site so well, but Swagster and Malkuno there doing a fantastic job of holding that site.
Yeah, I really thought when the resurrection was going to come on, and with Swagster being stuck on site in a 1v3, that it would be a really difficult situation for Niles West to get out of. But Niles West showed why they upset this team in the first place. Being able to get that pick in an unfortunate situation, getting that round win that they so desperately needed.
Yeah, and going to start that momentum. Again, Valorant, very momentum-based. So if you can start a round in your favor, you're going to feel better going into these subsequent rounds. So now that they have that first one, you'll definitely start feeling better, especially if you can take this one here. Still having the bye. Lane Tech looking to take this market and take this B site quickly. Malkuno and Swagster, the duo here for Niles West, holding down this B site right now, trying not to take the poke. The first pick is going to be all the invitation that Lane Tech needs. A lot of safety being played right now. Kimchi taking the first blood there. Ichi going down for the side of Niles West. The knives still available here for them as well. Not looking too bad, especially with Malkuno and Swagster holding off this site right now. Casey Echo going to get the dart, going to try to make a Sova ultimate happen. Swagster manages to get one. The trade from Oz going to come out. Now a 4v3 here. Malkuno, the last player left, manages to get one. Casey Echo going to trade. Malkuno getting yet another one. Still the unkillable Demon King here on B site right now, making so much happen. That bomb going to be dropped. Only 1 player left here. Pen lovers having to grab this bomb here to keep the rounds coming for Lane Tech, but it's not going to happen. The second round grabbed here for Niles West, starting this momentum going in their favor.
Yeah, once again, I thought Lane Tech opened that round really strong, taking so much market space into the opposing spawn of Niles West, actually getting that pick in rotation and then immediately pushing off of it, making all of this pressure that didn't exist. But Niles West showing twice in a row that they are able to hold this B site. They really like those gun duels as people start walking out onto the pathing, especially Malkuno being able to get 2 there and flip that round for Niles West.
Yeah, and now the economy not quite too high for Lane Tech, having to not save up. They're still able to kind of force up here, but do kind of have to go back. Not having full rifles, having to use those jet knives. Kimchi going to be looking for Bando here. Knows where that dart is going to come from. Looking for this pick. Bando about half HP too. Slowly working up and gets it. Fantastic headshot onto Bando there. Able to get that knife reset and now continue playing it safe. You don't want to get too greedy, but they might be looking to take this A site. Still kind of spread out all over the map right now. Still having all 5 players all healthy. A whole 50 seconds to work with. Just trying to play for as much information as they possibly can. While Niles West right now is just looking to not get picked off. Pen lovers getting 1 for Lane Tech. the second pick coming into this round here. Niles West now down to 3, and getting a nice spray onto IHSEA there through the smoke. Gonna decide not to use that Clove ultimate. Now being down to only Swagster and Malkuno, but as we've seen from this duo before, they can make some work happen. And still having a lot of time on this bomb, getting over there quickly, but Kimchi off the Omen blind is gonna make something happen, and Swagster getting taken out. A flawless for Lane Tech there, and a great round from Kimchi.
Yeah, rather than the last 2 rounds where Lane Tech had decided to get the opening pick and then shift towards B side, this time they get the opening pick mid and shift towards A side. It gives them a lot more success with their first flawless in the round.
Yeah, now having to kind of go back into a little bit of a save here for Niles West. Still having 2 rifles, but an Ares coming out for Malkuno, a Guardian for Ichi as well. And Swagster not really able to buy anything. So just having to play a little bit more safe. But Lane Tech knows this and is going to use that aggression to force their way onto A site here. KC Echo gets 1. Pen Lovers with the second. Now down to 3 players. Going to try to make this retake. Bando manages to get 1 as well. The flash going to come out looking for the jet here. Kimchi manages to take out Bando though. Going to drop down. Only 5 HP here for KC Echo. The dynamic duo here yet again to try to make something happen. But Swagster only having a classic with them right now. Now playing it safe for Lane Tech. That bomb down, going to keep the timer ticking, keep themselves alive here. Sova Dart going to come out. Has to be shot. Malkuno going to try to send some shock dots out. Kimchi at only 11 HP right now. 2 trades coming out. Malkuno, the last player alive. Not a whole lot of time left on the bomb. Manages to take out KC Echo. Spots out Nukes there. Manages to take out Kimchi. Still looking for Nukes. Doesn't really have a whole lot of time to their name. Nukes playing it safe right now. Does manage to take him out. A lot of these rounds coming close for Niles West. And Malkuno doing a great job at the 10-7 for their team right now.
Yeah, and if you're Niles West, you have to feel good about how this round is going. Sure, you are down 2-6, but you're starting to get some momentum back into these, and a lot of these rounds are very close, a lot closer than that 4-score deficit goes. However, Lane Tech playing some very smart Valorant, again, not relying on their gun duels, relying on the bomb timer and how their utility works, and really just not giving Niles West much of an opening. Looks like Lane Tech wants to lean a little more A-side here. And we've seen them go slow a lot. This seems to be making a lot more noise. Ichi dedicating some of their util, including the decay, trying to slow down that push and allow rotations to come in, is going to get tagged out by the Sova drone. Echo's going to commit the Sova ulti on it, doesn't find anything, is able to get half onto the Niles West KO. Ichi and Kimchi are going to trade. The Clove ultimate's going to be committed, but be shut down by Aw with 2 now.
Looking to try to retake as fast as they possibly can here at 3v4. Still looking very doable here for Niles West, especially since that bomb has yet to be planted. They have a lot of time to work with. That KO knife going to come out. Zion manages to get 1. Kimchi going to trade. Malkuno going to get 1 as well. Pin Lovers trading it back. Malkuno the only player remaining, and will get their 3rd for the round, and that will be another one here for Lane Tech. 7-2 with only 3 rounds remaining in this half for Niles West to start getting some rounds back in their favor.
Yeah, not only leading the lobby in frags, being 12-4, also leading in assists, exactly what you want to see from your initiator, having some really nice flashbangs to initiate on these sites and get some opening picks. And when you have those opening picks, like Lane Tech has had so many times with these First Bloods, really being able to win the trading duel, exactly what we saw in that last round.
Yeah, now Niles West going to have to go into a save again. Lane Tech may be looking to play aggressively again. That KO knife going to come out on B site, manages to suppress Swagster there, and the KO ulti for Lane Tech going to come out as well. That door going to be closed. Lane Tech suppressing this site here. Swagster and Malkuno here to defend this site. Malkuno manages to get 1, looking for another. Kimchi gets 2. Zion with a trade. KC Echo with 1. Malkuno going to get 1 as well, but KC Echo going to trade them out. Zion the only player left here for Niles West against these 2 players. But they do still have this Vandal available to them, even though they started here with a save. Knows KC Echo is back there looking for it. isn't aware where Nukes is playing as well. This timing going to be great right now. Zion sure spots. Nuke's going to spot it out first and is able to clean that one out. Get some plant money as well. Lane Tech with their 8th round. And now coming off that save, being able to look to take these last 2 rounds here.
Yeah, shout out to Zion for having the game sense to recognize in that duel with Echo, not actually getting double swung, meaning that the other player wasn't there, and had a read that Nukes was somewhere on the map, but couldn't tell exactly where. Nukes with that late rotation in from the lurk, being able to get that pick and win that duel. But Zion making a really good read there and almost flipping that one for Niles West. But still, these rounds are starting to add up. 2 to 8 is not what you want to see at half. You want to see something closer to 4 to 8 if you are Niles West. Can they get a couple rounds here?
Kimchi going to start off this round with the pick in mid here. Maybe looking to lurk this up now, knowing that their defender is gone. Start gaining some space. The more space that Lane Tech has on this map, the more that they can work with and get around Niles West here. The Sova going to have to rotate around here. Malkuno sends out that Sova dart there.
And Lane Tech, even with this advantage, is still playing it really slow, seeing if Niles West is going to give anything more. Malkuno knows something's happening in this middle, gets a little bit of chip damage with that shock dart, but still 50 seconds on the clock, and Lane Tech is planning to use all of it.
Yeah, now with 3 of them sitting in this main here, 2 of them sitting toward this mid, still using a lot of their clock to their advantage. Zion manages to get one. Now into a 4v4. Ichi gonna try to sneak past that doorway. Doesn't quite get through there. Malkuno gonna get a nice shot there onto Casey Echo off that bomb plant. Gonna have to look to plan again. Ichi gets 1 as well, gets 2. Only 1 player left here. Kimchi to make it happen. Doesn't know. Tries to get the pick, isn't able to get anything there. Malkuno gonna clean that one up in the 3rd round for Miles West. Looking to take the 3rd, or will he have a 9-3 curse on our hands?
Yeah, really smart play there by Malkuno, being able to use the Sova ultimate to stop the plant, just committing it onto default, being able to get that 3rd round for Niles West. Definitely something that they needed in this half. Hopefully they can get it to 4-8, make it a little bit closer. I personally would prefer looking at a 4-8 rather than a 3-9.
And I think Niles West would have to agree with you on that one. Definitely looking to get as many rounds as they possibly can to start snowballing this game back in their favor. The Flash going to come out trying to get aggressive in the B main there. Still playing it safe for Lane Tech here. Kimchi trying to spot out here. Pen Lovers gets 1 with an op and a nice 1-tap with those knives onto Ichi. Is going to gain the player advantage here for Lane Tech yet again. Niles West down 2 players here. The jet knives popped for them as well. Kimchi looking to be aggressive here now that they are down 2 players. Swagster, the only player on this A site to make something happen, gets 1 onto Ah. Kimchi going to try to trade. The cage coming out, looking to play this safe. Zion manages to get 1 with their knives here to help Swagster. Has to back up, tries to get some spray onto Kimchi, knows that those knives are up, doesn't want to be too greedy here. Able to even the playing field a little bit here. Lane Tech still up a player, and the bomb going to be planted on this B site. Kimchi wasting so much time here and is able to get 1 as well. Going to rotate back around. Only 20 HP here, about half HP on Casey Echo here as well. Swagster on the final round to look to clean this up. Knows Kimchi's lurking around this mid here. Can they find him? Does manage to check it, but the right click will take out Swagster, and a 9-3 curse for Niles West going into the 2nd half.
Yeah, really wise play there from Kimchi. Not only leaving with their life on the original A take, but actually hanging around in the area, knowing that their team was going to commit onto the B side and that Niles West was going to be very late on the rotation, is just able to not only get information, but the last 2 eliminations for Lane Tech that they needed without Niles West even being able to walk onto the B side. Very heads-up play, and definitely filling into that duelist role, forcing 2 duels there on the rotation. However, on this flip, is Niles West going to be able to turn it around? I think with this Clove, they play a little bit more of an aggressive comp, and this is their advantageous side as a whole.
Yeah, and it looks like, you know, we saw Lane Tech playing very, very safe on this attack, but Niles West looking to play a lot more aggressively here. Going to take this A site as quickly as they can, forcing Lane Tech to have to back off here. Malcuno going to get that bomb down. Casey Echo spots out Swagster, manages to take him out. This doorway going to be breaking. Goes for this ghost here. Niles West still down a player, just has to play for this bomb timer. Manages to take out one, only 3 players left, 2 of them being very low HP. Pen Lovers getting one as well. Zion looking for one. Kimchi and Pen Lovers both getting one themselves. And that will be the pistol round for Lane Tech. A fantastic quick take for Niles West, but a great retake there for Lane Tech. A almost must-win pistol round for Niles West, but still not down and out until that score says 13.
Yeah, I think Lane Tech really had a good heads-up play to communicate to each other, hey, we just want to retake this site. We feel confident with our composition and with our players that if we meatball out of this heaven as 3, we can get a lot of picks and win a lot of those duels. Exactly what they did there, being able to get that retake and another match point.
Yeah, Niles West looking to force up just a little bit here. Swagster buying up. Actually, all of them now deciding to buy up, deciding that this is a round that's must win. Definitely an aggressive play and a play that I like to see from them. Trying to get this 4th round and force that snowball to start. But it definitely is a very risky play, but will have some high rewards. The aggression going to start out almost immediately, grabbing this B site with a whole minute and 20 left. That bomb going to go down immediately. Now going to play on this defensive end. Lane Tech able to retake so well last round. We're going to have to see if they can do it again. Both teams having very similar buys here. Ichi starting the pick onto there. Nuke's going to trade out. Swagster gets one. 3v4, Niles West having the advantage. Lane Tech gonna have to push into them. Right now, Niles West just playing the timer. Kimchi gets one, Pin Lovers gets one, Kimchi getting a second. Quickly making this a 1v3. Goes in for the last one. Pin Lovers gonna clean that one out. Niles West starting it in a 4v3, but quickly able to grab that one. Their team play just so phenomenal around each other. Kimchi and Pin Lovers the MVPs of that round.
Yeah, one great advantage that you can have when you play all on site is that a lot of the times whenever these duels happen on the retake for Niles West, they feel good about stacking angles, about getting 2-for-1s, getting those trades, which is what we saw at the beginning of that retake on the Lane Tech side. But the problem is that when you have a player like Penn who is able to use their utility and have a heads-up play, they can blind almost everyone on site with that Omen paranoia and get a great opportunity for Lane Tech to close it out. That's exactly what we saw there.
Yeah, now looking to posture towards this mid a little bit. And having to force down onto the save, especially after trying to force that last round. You don't want to be too greedy anymore, especially knowing what Lane Tech could do. That'll be an early pick there for Bando. Malcuno going to trade it out, but Casey Echo, with 2 of their own, Kimchi following it up quickly, knows where Zion is able to grab that 3rd. Niles West trying to play safe in mid, but the aggression from Lane Tech and the bonus that they had available to them was just too much. And now going into this match point for Lane Tech, Niles West needing 9 rounds to bring it to overtime.
Yeah, shout out Casey Echo that round. And more importantly, shout out Casey Echo's Sova Dart, the sonar dart, being able to locate 4 of the positions on Niles West's side. Valorant is a game of information. When you have the information of everyone on the enemy team and where they're standing, you feel very confident in how you're going to win that round.
And now having to play safe again. Kimchi going to start it off. Maybe looking to pick up a rifle, but decides to play it safe, knowing that they have the man advantage now. Spotting out a lot of Niles West players in mid here. And Nukes to make something happen. Cleaning Ichi out. 3 players left here for Niles West. The flash going to come out. Pin Lovers tries to back up, but Zion going to get it. Casey Echo trading it back quickly, and a nice shot from Bando. Going to take out Kimchi as well. 3v2 here, about half HP here on Bando expecting this flash, tries to play some counter flash for this KO. The smoke about to go down. Interesting to see what's going to happen. And Nukes with a fantastic flick there. Didn't even look like Nukes was looking at them, but a great shot nonetheless. Swagster to keep their team in it. Manages to get one. Now in the 1v2. Gets another. Looking for this 3K here to keep their team alive. Right now, their team cheering them on right now. This bomb going to start the plant, but just too late. Nukes gets there just fast enough, but almost an amazing clutch there for the first game here on Ascent. Lane Tech taking the first in this best of 5, needing 2 more in this series to clean it up.
Yeah, and I think Niles West, while the first game didn't go the way that you wanted in the 3-13, the scoreboard really doesn't do it justice, with a lot of those rounds coming down to the final man on either side. Really close rounds there. Maybe a couple more things to clean up, trying to stack some angles a little bit more, make sure that they're set up for those trades in the late game. But other than that, I felt like they really did have a good showing, and Lane Tech with a very smart showing, especially on that attack, having such a dominant 9-3 half. But that's only game 1, and we're getting ready for game 2 right now, and we will be right back.
And we are back with our Game 2 between Lane Tech College Prep and Niles West University. For the people just now joining us, Lane Tech College Prep taking Game 1 of this best-of-5 in a 13-3 victory.
Yeah, definitely a dominant showing by Lane Tech in that first round, but it is a best-of-5. There is a lot of Valorant to play, and as we are looking on the screen right now, we are going to Sunset for Map 2.
Lane Tech going to be starting on the defense, and Niles West going to be starting on attack this time. And now looking at these comps, we were looking at the comps, but now we're not. Looking like we might be having some technical difficulties. Oh, and we are back here.
As we are loading into the game currently, I believe. Yep, there we go. Okay.
We're all good. Everything's good.
I love Valorant, and I love technical difficulties. But yeah, Lane Tech starting on this defense. They had that first map win, so definitely looking to lock down this half, keep that momentum rolling. Meanwhile, Niles West going to look for some sort of opportunity and a little bit different comps than what we saw the first time. I felt like we saw pretty standard comps on the Ascent, but this time on the Sunset, some very interesting picks, especially on the side of Niles West. The two that are standing out to me, I see Bando on that Reyna and Malcuno on the Neon. Neon just getting changed in the most recent patch, definitely getting pulled back a little bit. And Bando usually, Reyna usually not super picked and constructed play due to her soloistic tendencies, but we'll have to see how that works out for Niles West here.
And hey, it is all about comfort. We've talked about that before. If you are comfortable on a character, then that might just be better than trying to play meta. But we'll have to see how this works for Niles West here with the Neon Reyna. Starting off this round, playing safe yet again. Just looking to spot these Lane Tech players around the map here. 3 of them kind of posturing toward mid right now. Not really playing too aggressively for these defense on site. Maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable on these defenses. Kimchi, that wall going to go down, gets some shots, notices a lot of Niles West players, has to back up a little bit, let their team rotate over. The rest of Lane Tech going to back off this B site, start making their way towards A. Bomb still not quite planted. Right now, Ichi just waiting in this elbow here. Maybe decides to go ahead and go for that plant. The Sova Dart there looking like it ended up hitting odd there, and a lot of picks come out for Niles West. Casey Echo, the only player left, gets one, looking for the second, but Malcuno going to trade it out. And the first round will quickly go into Niles West's favor, starting this one off strong.
Yeah, very wise decision by Niles West to wait out that Sage Wall from Kimchi. While it shuts down that choke for a while, does not shut it down for the entire round, being able to explode onto site and getting a lot of really good picks after they planted, making it really impossible for Lane Tech to be able to retake that one. And Niles West, for the first time in the series, has a lead, that 1-0 lead.
Again, we'll have to see how they keep it here going into this bye round, looking to grab the second round. Lane Tech on the save here, looking to play aggressively towards mid, maybe hoping that Niles are going to push up to try to get some quick picks with these classics, knowing they have the weapon disadvantage. The lurk for Swagster is going to spot out Kimchi, but Pin Lover's there for the trade. This lurk putting in some work for them right now on the side of Lane Tech. A lot of damage comes out onto Nukes there, down to 12 HP. Bando gets one as well. That Vandal, very scary for these Lane Tech defenders. Trying to push in. Niles West deciding to force it more towards CT, knowing a couple of these players are on this flank here. Just looking for the time to tick down. Don't want to get too greedy. Zion going to get that pick onto Nukes. 2 players left here for Lane Tech. If you're them, you're just looking for as many picks as possible. Pin Lovers gets one, but Bando and Malcuno trade out the last 2. A great round from Niles West, and Lane Tech in that save, getting 2, not too shabby.
Yeah, I think Lane Tech definitely had an opportunity there, especially with that pick in mid. Those trades on the ecos, if you go 1-for-1, is really a lot better for the team that wasn't able to buy, because you get that gun flip. but Lane Tech, even with that pick, kind of getting caught out being wide open on the B, and that's what you kind of get with those gambling plays where they walk 4 up mid trying to look for an opportunity. Niles West definitely able to read that play and understand the positioning of the Lane Tech players, and definitely jumped on a really good opportunity there to close out the round.
Yeah, and the lurk for Nuke's going to happen here on this B site to maybe try to get some information. Bando getting the early pick. Kimchi going to trade. Gets 2. Quickly evening this one out. Niles West just looking to back up and play with Swagster, but gets picked off by Pen Lovers. They're having to play a little bit safer. They are on this bonus here. So getting these 2, they're not looking too bad in this round right now. Zion getting a lot of damage there on the nukes. Has to back up. Pin Lovers knows Zion is in tiles there. Zion not aware of Pin Lovers' position, is now aware of it, but does get taken out. The heal going to come out for Pin Lovers. Doesn't quite spot out Bando, but Bando knows that Pin Lovers is there. Does get spotted out by the Cypher Cam. Knowing that Bando's here now, ends up jumping into that Cypher trip. So much information gained here. Bando kind of in a minefield of Cypher utility right now. Starts that plant, baits it a little bit. Nuke's playing disciplined here.
30 seconds
Waiting
left.
for the swing from Bando. The timing spots him out, getting 2 fantastic head taps. Kimchi and Nukes both going down. A 1v1 of the Pin Lovers and a fantastic clutch for Bando. Amazing play. Great 3K. Ends up getting the 4. Cleaning up that round in amazing fashion. And Garrett, too stunned to even tell what just happened.
My jaw is still on the ground. Bando, you know, we were talking about the Reyna pick at the beginning and those comfort picks being able to really pop off on them. Bando's doing no less than that. Already 8 kills in 3 rounds and 0 deaths, being able to turn that one back from the brink for Niles West. Definitely how they wanted to come out in this round 2. Going down 1 in game 1, really getting that good opportunity. And Bando looks to keep it up with that Empress coming online, getting a pick already.
Yeah, I'm going to keep pushing in, having this drive. Really wants to keep this going, but Ah manages to get one onto Ichi. Malkuno gets the trade onto Ah there. Bando deciding to do the smart thing and play it safe here. That Sova Dart going to come out. Bando looking to play aggressive again here. Looking for Casey Echo here. Zion manages to get one, and Casey Echo with a fantastic shot onto Bando there. Mile Kuno takes out Casey Echo, and Swagster cleaning that one up. 3 players left for Niles West and a 4-0 lead. Lane Tech taking the first game against them 13-3, and Niles West already beating the rounds that they've taken and looking to keep this series going.
Yeah, definitely. Some players take a little bit of time to warm up, and maybe Niles West is exactly like this, needing some time to figure out how Lane Tech likes to play and how they want to play it. Being able to keep up this momentum for as long as possible is great for Niles West. You're really just playing with house money at this point.
Yeah, in this next round, with Lane Tech going back into that save, they're just looking to keep the aggression, but Pen Lovers and Casey Echo and all 3 of them, so much happening in mid right now, able to take out 3. Now Ichi and Nukes, the only 2 players left. Ichi going down. Nukes the last player alive here for Niles West. In this 1v5, will this be a flawless take here for Lane Tech, or will Nukes be able to keep this one up here? Only 1 player remaining here for Niles West, Swagster.
And Lane Tech playing it very intelligently, trying to not give ones. Nuke's not 100% sure that this player is here, is not going to be expecting this. Swagster being able to get 1, looks for the second one, but it's going to be traded out by Pens, and that is going to be secured. Jackson, I was just talking about how Niles West is playing with house money, and you know what they say about the house.
House always
The
wins,
house
baby.
always wins. So there we see a classic example of that. Lane Tech being able to get their first round on the board, get some momentum back in their favor, and only losing 1 gun at that, so really helping fix their economy as well, with Nukes being the only one that has to buy.
A close series that we have on our hands right now. Niles West showing that they definitely still can beat this Lane Tech team. After that first round, they were definitely looking a little down after that first game, but now showing that they still have what it takes. That Sova ult going to come out spots out Zion there on the very last shot, sending him down to about 70 HP there. Looking to rotate over to this B site quickly. Lane Tech going to respond a little afterward. Nuke's going to hear a lot of the sound come out, try to keep themselves alive here, looking to maybe get a pick or two. If they can get 1 or 2 on this site before getting knocked out themselves, that's all you can ask for. But Bando able to come around and get the one. Pinlover's getting the trade. Pinlover's getting another. takes one, and Pinlover's going to grab that res. IHSEA managing to get this 3K, rezzing themselves.
Oh my
going to live,
goodness!
And the ace comes out for IHSEA, taking another Niles West clutch. Bando taking one, and IHSEA cleaning up another.
IHSEA, we are in the grand finals, not the practice range. You don't have to click heads that well, with a great turnaround for Niles West. Just being able to keep their foot on the gas, even when these rounds seem like they're not going to go in the way of Niles West, someone is able to make the heroic play and turn it back around for them.
I told you, Niles West showing after that first game, hey guys, we can still beat this team, I promise. And Bando and IHSEA both showing that right now. Fantastic 5-1 lead here for Niles West. IHSEA lurking up again, manages to get a nice pick onto Casey Echo. Is hot right now looking for these picks. Finds another one, but Kimchi's going to get it. Goes quickly for that res. Kimchi going to wall off, keep themselves alive. IHSEA knowing that they got to go for this. The slow orb coming out, pulls out that knife. Not a lot of time remaining here. Looking for the pick. Doesn't quite get to them in time. The only player left here on A, sitting here with Kimchi. 4v4 here.
So much smoke, so much utility. The trades are going to start coming out, and they're going to start going Lane Tech's way as well, with Pen and getting one. Zion being able to trade it back, and Kimchi with the last two. The Jet player from game 1 starting to heat up now and getting the second point on the board for Lane Tech. I think IHSEA there, who honestly went on a heater the round before, maybe overheated a little bit, trying to commit to that Clove ulti. Kimchi wisely walking away from the duel, not giving the opportunity, and every inch mattered that Kimchi backed up with playing the backside or the cubby of A, just trying to stall out that Clove ult, and actually gets to be able to flip that elimination. And I think that's what started the momentum for Lane Tech in that round.
Yeah, and again, the momentum, we've seen it is effective. If Lane Tech can continue this snowballing into their favor, then they can start getting some rounds back on this defense here. Niles West looking to play for this A site yet again, but playing a little bit slower this time. Lane Tech still don't have a lot of information right now. Mile Kuno getting that first pick onto Kimchi. These rotates going to come over quickly for Lane Tech, but they're going to have to play the retake. Niles West grabbing the site pretty quickly, going to get this bomb down. Casey Echo gets one, but Zion with the trade, this save going really well in Niles West's favor right now. Gonna send out that flash, tries to spot one. Swagster, nice headshot onto but Nuke's trading. Pinlovers gets one as well. Bando gets one, but Pinlovers will trade it out. Clove, 1v1 here. A nice headshot, but Pinlovers takes it around onto IHSEA. And with such little HP remaining, is able to take that defuse, and Lane Tech, the snowball officially rolling.
I was talking about how these players take a little bit to heat up sometimes, but every player seems to be heating up. Every single perspective we go to, it looks like any head that's on their screen, they are clicking. Penlovers there with a nasty 180 readjustment onto IHSEA, who we just were talking about a few rounds ago with their performance. But Penlovers already 8 rounds in with 13 frags.
Yeah, now with this next round starting, Niles West still having this bye, but this is about the last round they'll have 2 bye. If they lose this one too, their economy going to be down, having to save again. But playing this aggressive A site, they feel confident. That Neon Overdrive coming out from Mile Kuno as well. Looking for this pick on a Kimchi and does get it there. Bando getting one as well. Going to continue running forward. Mile Kuno feeling hot with this overdrive here. Not a lot of time left on the ultimate. Does end up going away. Casey Echo, that decay going to wear off here. Nukes manages to get one. This retake going to start quickly for Lane Tech. Nukes with only 30 HP remaining. Penlovers getting one. 3v3 here between both teams right now. The Sova Dart going to come out. Spots out Swagster, I think. That Decay going to come out as well, getting them to low HP. Nukes gets one. Ichi and Bando trade. Casey Echo, the only player remaining, spots out the shorty. Gets Ichi there, but the bomb ticking out quickly. The Reyna ultimate online for Bando, and will take that headshot onto Casey Echo. 6th round for Niles West. The snowball broken for Lane Tech, and the momentum back for Niles West, not having to save now.
Yeah, but Lane Tech can't be upset with how that round went. A lot of ultimates committed on the side of Niles West, both duelist ultimates with the Neon Overdrive and the Reyna Empress. Realistically, it's hard to turn around anything that happens like that, and with Kimchi getting caught out on that A elbow between the Neon Stun and the Overdrive, just getting walked on, can't be too upset getting only one player left on the opposing side with a chance to win the round. However, they need to start getting some points back in this half.
Yeah, now deciding to play a little more default here, sending 2 towards the B, 3 towards this mid, quickly going through this market. Swagster going to get one. The ultimate for Casey Echo coming out for the trade. Pen Lovers getting one onto Bando as well. Mile Kuno getting the trade onto Nukes. 3v3 here quickly in this round. Lane Tech having to back up off this B site. Niles West going to get that bomb down. The defense started for them. All going to be running through this market here. Kimchi going to get the res to save themselves the player disadvantage. Pen Lover's going to get one as well. Looks to go for it. Ichi getting one. Decides to use that Clove ulti. Play as safe as possible. Ichi getting 2 headshots. Trading out the Phoenix ulti as well. Pen Lover's managing to get 2 for the 4K and cleaning out the round here for Lane Tech. And that will be the 4th round.
Both of these Cloves are going crazy for their respective teams. Penn being able to get 4 there, really being able to secure that round for Lane Tech, and an important one too, as they are trying to crawl back from this deficit. And Penn in 10 rounds already sporting that 18-8 stat line, definitely on fire right now and definitely carrying this Lane Tech team.
Yeah, now Niles West having to save. They were able to get the previous round, but after losing that one, their economy still just not good enough to be able to force that into another one. So Lane Tech looking to play for this save here, having the weapon advantage. Niles West going to decide to play it a little bit safer here. 4 players postured over towards the A for the side of Lane Tech. Zion getting a little aggressive here. This Sova drone going to come out. Doesn't spot him out, but the Cypher Trip will. Casey Echo deciding to quickly back out of that Sova drone, knowing that they might be pushing up soon. Kimchi still having this angle on A here. The Sova drone going to come out, looking for Zion here. Pen Lovers manages to get that one. 5 players left, still alive for Lane Tech. The stun going to come out. Malkuna gets a nice headshot with that Sheriff onto Casey Echo there. Pen Lovers able to grab that heal, but the overheal going to wear off quickly. Malkuna going to try for this weapon here. Does manage to pick up that Phantom. Is going to decide to back up. Bando gets a nice headshot there onto Nukes. 4v3 in Niles West's favor right now. Started on the save, but having the benefit here, Bando manages to get a nice shot there onto Pen Lovers. That bomb going to go down as well. 2 players left here for Lane Tech.
Spike planted.
Here going to try to slowly work their way up here. Throws that flash out. Still hasn't spotted out a player. Spots out Swagster. Doesn't know that Ichi's in this corner, but looking to maybe check it. The wall going to come out to be able to isolate this angle, but the Thrifty will come out for Niles West, showing that even though they're on the save, they can still win these rounds.
Yeah.
And with the last round of the half, we'll have to see if they can grab an 8th.
And Niles West did a great job of just slowly obtaining map control. We saw them force the mid a little bit, pull a lot of rotations there, slowly work up the A side, trying to get a pick, going back towards the mid, getting a pick, and then moving all the way to B. Just really understanding how much time that they have on the clock in the entire round, forcing those rotations from Lane Tech. And by the time they actually took the entire B site, Lane Tech was pretty much only in their spawn, the only angles that they had left to cover.
Yeah, and now Lane Tech having to save just a little bit. Of course, forcing since it's the last round, but not quite having full rifles to their name. And Niles West try to start playing for that A, but decide to back up, seeing a lot of information come out. Lane Tech definitely postured for this A site right now, expecting this A push, but a quick rotate will come out onto the B site. Lane Tech going to have to respond. Nuke's going to be the first to spot them out here. That Cypher Trip, now Lane Tech going to work their way over all 5 of them. Going to force it towards this B. That bomb going to go down. Mile Kuno with the first blood there onto Pen Lovers. 5 players still alive here for this Niles West post plant. Casey Echo going to send out the Sova drone, get some information. Doesn't spot out anything in the CT, able to take out a decent amount of space on this B site, knowing most of them are going to be playing for this main. Looking to clear this main. That smoke going to go down. Aw manages to get one. Ichi going to res. Aw gets a second. Swagster getting two of their own. Casey going to get a nice headshot onto Ichi there. Now into a quick 3v2. Kimchi and Casey Echo, the last two players remaining for lane tech. That Sova ult going to come out on Cyan from Miles West here. Kimchi manages to get one. Now in a 2v2. Decides to cancel that ulti knowing that they might be pushing. Bando manages to get one. Has to force this forward and gets the right click onto Casey Echo. A nice half on that bomb, but just not enough time. And a great aggressive play from Bando. An 8-4 half now in Niles West's favor.
Yeah, Niles West showing why they walked through the winner's bracket and why Lane Tech had to walk through the relegation with that fantastic half. Really playing smart, being able to understand that Bando had the time to rotate through the market side because of Cyan's post-plant Sova ultimate, and really just played for time rather than the eliminations and happened to get both.
And we'll have to see how they do swapping to this other half. Both teams, again, playing very, very safe and not getting too greedy about anything. Very smart players on both teams. It really just comes down to who has more information, who spots out who first.
And I would say composition-wise, both of these comps are going to their weaker side, with defense being Lane Tech's favorite and offense being Niles' favorite. So it'll be interesting to see how they flip on the weak side when both of them are at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and now looks like Lane Tech gonna decide to slowly work towards this A.
And slowly it is. Trying not to show anything. Penn's going to spot out one, and the execution is going to get a lot louder. Trying to commit the smokes as well, as the rest of Niles is just going to leave site and try and play for this retake.
Yeah, and the bomb going to go ahead and go down. Nuke's going to get the first blood of this round. Now the bomb down. Cyan down. Not having any initiator utility to be able to retake this A site. Going to slow them down just a little bit, having to find these picks on their own. Slowly working around this corner. Pinlover's going to get one with that frenzy. Getting one as well. Nuke's getting one too. Mile Kuno, the last player remaining, but Pinlover's cleaning it out. A flawless pistol round for Lane Tech, showing that this attack might be good for them. And look at this scoreboard. Pinlovers 21-10 for Lane Tech right now.
Yeah, definitely balling out on that. Clove has a couple of clutch rounds for Lane Tech. A lot of the Lane Tech round wins are off of Pinlovers' back. Lane Tech, while they're going to struggle actually taking sites with this double sentinel, if they are allowed to get on site like they were the last time, that double sentinel util on the retake is going to be almost impossible for Niles West to walk through.
And we'll have to see how that works out for them, with Lane Tech taking that first round, now having a very good buy, especially being able to take that flawless. Niles West banking on this B site, trying to play together, having 4 of them sitting over. Lane Tech pushing this mid here, going to smoke off that A, isolate that angle, and work their way towards B. Niles West able to read correctly here, but can they turn this to some picks? Spots out one, but unfortunately jumping onto that box isn't able to clean that for a kill. Pinlovers is able to get one. Nuke's turning around at just the wrong time there. Wire getting shot, turns back around, but Mile Kuno there gonna take out Nukes with that frenzy there. 4v4, site still not taken here for Lane Tech, but is able to grab this A. Bando with a fantastic shot there onto Gonna overheal, grabs 45 extra health, now having about a full shield, but still only having the Sheriff. KC gonna be looking to lurk up here with Ichi and Bando. Casey Echo gets one, looking for the other. This bomb ticking down, just trying to look for these picks before taking this bomb defuse. Kimchi gets one, plays aggressively for that player. Pinlovers getting one, Swagster getting the trade. Now in this 1v2, no time left on this bomb to really make anything happen. But if they can get an exit here, and will take a nice shot there onto Kimchi. Casey Echo just going to keep themselves alive. Swagster also being taken out by that bomb. The 2 rounds for Lane Tech gained on this first half, and now going into a bonus.
Yeah, I think Miles played that very well on their eco, being able to force as many guns out as they did, but also Lane Tech's ability to make that decision when they knew they were getting pinched from the defending spawn and their own spawn, the flank, really making a decision to collapse on the flank and get both of those picks. I think that really secured that round for them. Even though they were at a gun advantage, Niles West made that extremely difficult for them. And if you're Niles West nursing this lead, those difficult rounds are exactly what you need.
Yeah, and getting still a few picks on that round. Lane Tech not going to have an amazing bonus here, but it looks like they're still going to be able to get a lot of work done here. Bando getting such low HP. A pick comes out as well. Niles West, only 4 players left. Looks like Lane Tech doesn't want to be too greedy off that pick, though. Is able to grab a rifle, but has to back up here. Bando looking for the aggression, but is able to spot that out and take them down. Only 3 players left here for Niles West. Lane Tech, this bonus looking to be exactly what they could ask for. This bomb gonna go down. The lurk coming out from Niles West as well, but the Cypher trip gonna slow them down here. But Nuke's not ready for it. IHSEA gonna take the pick. Now Lane Tech gonna have to turn around, and Pin Lovers is gonna grab that kill. Grabs another on the Malkuno as well. Now looking for the final one here. Looking for Swagster. Just looking for these exits right now, knowing that they have to save this rifle.
Yeah, already losing this 3rd round in the half. Definitely needing to take this gun to have any chance of turning the next round. That's going to have to be a save for them. This was supposed to be the round they needed to flip, but Lane Tech with some smart plays, being able to pressure out the duelists that were on A, including Bando and Malkuno, both of them getting picked off very early from the eco guns, making that round a Lane Tech win.
Yeah, now closely bringing this game back to even. Lane Tech having a full buy here, while Niles West going to have to save up again. Lane Tech looking to even this game back up after starting a decent bit down, but grabbing 3 rounds of momentum. This snowball really starting in their favor. Niles West looking to shut it down.
And something we got to talk about is how Lane Tech has 1 player in double digits of kills, and it's Pen Lover at 25. Just having an amazing game this series.
Pen Lover's absolutely dominating on that Clove right now for Lane Tech, showing that they still want to stay alive in this playoffs. They do still have the game won to their name, looking to try to sweep this to a 3-0.
So much space taken through this market. Kimchi's going to be able to get the pick onto Swagsters and Nukes, and all of a sudden B-side is completely free for Lane Tech, who has all 5 players here. But do they know that Niles has wrapped 2 people into their spawn?
And now that bomb gonna go down for Lane Tech. 3 players left, and with 2 players on this lurk, we'll have to see what Lane Tech can respond to. Manages to take out Zion there. Now only looking for these 2 lurkers. Casey Echo and Nuke's ready for it. The flawless round for Lane Tech gonna even up the score 8-8.
And it's official. Both teams getting some serious momentum, and both teams winning 4 rounds straight on their attacks, making it even back up 8-8 here. But Lane Tech with a lot of momentum right now, winning 4 rounds right in a row. Now, Niles West is back in their bye, and I'm worried that they're getting a little rattled right now with how the rounds have been going. They need to make sure they can stop this slide, and if they can start going even, they have a serious chance to win this map.
Yeah, for sure. And Lane Tech looking for the aggression onto this B-side again. And Pen Lovers, the man to do it all, able to get 2 amazing picks there for Niles, onto Niles West, sending them down to 3 players. Bando looking to try to get a spray, but has to back up, waiting for the rest of the team to lurk over here.
IHSEA trying to get another lurk like the last time, is going to be caught out from the Cypher. Cam takes on the trip. A lot of trades going back and forth though. Heavy in the advantage of Lane Tech. Looks like it's going to be a 1v4 after this Clove ulti goes down. Bando trying to look for the opportunity on a pick or 2. going to be able to get one, and Penlover, who has been dominating this whole time, continues to do so, getting another 3K.
Yeah, and Penlovers, again, just absolutely dominant game. And now, Lane Tech in the lead.
Yeah, winning 5 straight. Definitely good for Lane Tech here, forcing another economy for Niles West, who has really been struggling. And we talked about this being the weaker side of both team comps, and I felt like it would be difficult for both sides. But Lane Tech showing that on this defensive sided comp, they can actually take a lot of space and understand where their utility can actually be used offensively rather than defensively. And then their post plants have been immaculate.
Absolutely, and they're looking to do that again this round. Playing slowly, spots out a rifle that Cam gonna go down. Only spots out the one. Isn't sure how many people are actually there. But Niles West gonna start this rotation over. Gonna send out that Phoenix ultimate to try to make some space. And space made they have. A pick onto Niles West. Gets that bomb down, now just playing for this post plant here. Niles West not looking to take any lurks this time, just want to play together, open up these angles and make their way onto site. Zion gonna get one onto Penlovers. A great pick if you're Niles West. 4v4 here. The rest of Lane Tech gonna be playing in main here. Gonna try to get this space being made. The ultimate gonna come out. Zion and Malkuno get one, but Kimchi and Casey Echo to clean up the round, and Lane Tech now up to 10, only 3 rounds left to be able to take their second one in a 6-round win streak. Niles West, what can they do on this defense to be able to stop this Lane Tech domination?
Yeah, I think Niles West really just has to lean into what their comp is strong in doing, and it's running it down, being able to take all of this space really fast, try and commit on these lanes a little bit further ahead, look for these advantageous duels that will get you a pick early, and all of a sudden Niles West will have the numbers advantage rather than Lane Tech.
And Niles West just really looking to get that momentum back in their favor, start that snowball rolling their direction. But Lane Tech just showing their aggression, and Swagster able to start this one strong. Casey Echo and Kimchi both going down. Penlovers getting a trade. The site going to be grabbed for Lane Tech, but still down a player, and 2 ultimates coming out for Niles West. Malkuno manages to get one, only 2 players left for Lane Tech. Nukes and going to be able to get 2, quickly evening the player score out. Bando gonna get one. Only 1 player left on this Lane Tech post plant. Nukes to make it happen. Tries to maybe play aggressive. The Sova Dart gonna come out. Doesn't spot anybody. Is able to get Zion, but doesn't know that Bando's there. And will get the trade. And Niles West able to start the snowball rolling back to them. They just got to keep the momentum churning.
Yeah, Swagster being able to get those 2 opening picks, making it a 5v3, definitely leaning it towards Niles West. However, Lane Tech still almost able to turn it around. It's great for Niles West that they were able to get a point on the board, kind of calm themselves down a little bit, and stop this 6-round slide that they were already on. However, is this going to be enough to cool down Penlovers, who is currently at 29-14 through 19 rounds? I don't know. We're going to have to watch and find out.
The feeling of that momentum, that heat that Lane Tech has, still not completely gone. I think if Niles West can take this round and even the score back up, then they'll definitely be feeling better. Malkuno gonna pop that Neon Overdrive. Ready for them to come behind. Just plays safe. The Neon ult gonna burn out.
Yeah, and that's the effect of the new patch. Can't use it nearly as long, being able to kite it a little bit back. And we see Lane Tech, who hasn't done it as much this time around, but playing a lot slower, trying to just get space, burn this util, slowly walk in, as it looks like they are going to execute on this B site.
Yeah, and the smoke gonna save Bando a little bit there. Able to sit inside that smoke, tries for an aggressive play, but Nukes is gonna get it, and a nice one-tap from Oz, gonna take out Ichi. Ichi deciding to use that res to try to get Niles West this round, but Lane Tech still having all 5 players with their name. Ichi needing to be aggressive for a pick here. Does get spotted out. Casey Echo gonna be able to take them out there. 3 players left. Malkuno running it forward. Casey Echo gonna be able to take out Zion. Swagster gonna try to get really aggressive through the smoke and this cage here. Casey Echo gonna be able to get another, and gonna trade that out. The flawless round for Lane Tech, showing that they still have it in the bag. 2 rounds needed for Lane Tech. 3 needed for Niles West if they want to take to overtime.
I mean, that's a pretty simple one to talk about. Whenever you stick a player on top of the spike like Casey Echo, you usually expect them to get one to be able to actually get advantage there and get a trade off of the unsuspectedness, but then their position's given away and they can't rotate out. However, Casey Echo actually being able to get 3 there and get a complete advantage, Niles West just not able to unwedge them from that spot.
Young Lane Tech deciding to take this mid again with such aggression. Going to break down this door. Start looking to take market. Maybe take some CT through mid as well. Decide to back up a little bit. A lot of information gathered. Niles West having to rotate over towards this mid just a little bit. Going to try for the aggressive flash play. But backed up. Niles West able to take out the pick. Zion getting one onto walling that, looking for the res. Niles West not able to follow up on it. Pen Lovers and Casey Echo both getting one. 3 players left here. This is a save for Niles West. Casey Echo getting another. Only 2 players left here for Niles West. Bando here with Swagster to make this retake happen. Bando looking to take this flank here, but the Cypher utility going to slow them down just a little bit. Casey Echo spotting him out. Pen Lovers able to grab the trade. The Reyna, the only player left. Bando to try to at least get a pick here, but Lane Tech hunting them down. Don't want to give them as much economy as possible. Knows that Bando's probably playing towards the CT area, but Bando with a fantastic headshot, able to dismiss out to try to keep themselves alive. This economy needed. This weapon needed in their hands here. Looking for another, gets a nice shot onto Pen Lovers. Still being hunted down by Lane Tech, gets another onto Nukes. Looking for Kimchi, gets the 4th. Are they going to be able to clean up the last? Not quite sure where they're playing. Maybe coming into contact with but not quite. So close, but 4 fantastic picks from Bando.
Yeah.
Still minusing their economy a little bit, but still a full buy in Lane Tech's hands.
Yeah, fantastic for Niles to be able to get a little bit of that economy out. Not that Lane Tech is struggling in that department, but also to get your top frag. A lot of kills, being able to get them back in the groove a little bit. And Niles West, you know, all of them were watching Bando's POV at that point saying, hey, this isn't over. Like, they're not unbeatable. They're showing that right now. Lane Tech maybe losing a little bit of momentum there, even though they do go to match point.
Yeah, now going to show this aggression towards the B site, ready to clean up this game quickly. Going to send out the Recon Bolt. Pen Lovers managed to get one. The Sova ulti going to come out as well. Ichi gets a nice trade. Some damage from that Sova ulti going to come out. Ichi gets another, but Nuke's going to trade that one out. 3v3. The res onto Pen Lovers. Nuke's getting one onto Zion as well. Pen Lovers having to fully back up. Casey Echo going to get one. Bando, the person to do it all. Going to try for another, but Pen Lovers able to clean it up. And a fantastic Lane Tech round. And oh my gosh, what a game from Pen Lovers.
Yeah, going absolutely nuclear in that game too, being able to fill out 31 kills in that one. Really amazing stat line from them, and really just a great readjustment from Lane Tech going into the halftime down 4-8, actually wins that 13-9, only giving up 1 on that take, on that attack.
That attack half is really what they needed, and they were starting to be able to roll some rounds in their favor. A 6-round streak for them, interrupted just a little bit, but still showing their dominance. And now going into the series point, we will be right back. we're back with our Game 3 in the Illinois High School Esports Association playoffs, the 3A Valorant Finals. And for anybody needing a catch-up, it is 2-0 for Lane Tech right now. 13-3 Game 1 and 13-9, a lot closer of a Game 2. And as we talked about last time, Pen Lovers going absolutely crazy on that Clove in the last game.
Yeah, being able to bring it back for Lane Tech, who's actually down 4-8 at that half. Niles West coming out really strong in that game too, but just dropping 6 rounds in a row to start off the halftime switch. Definitely what Lane Tech needed, and showed why they are the seed 1 in this tournament, being able to get their mental, get back together, and win that map too. So now all of a sudden for Niles West, your back is against the wall. You cannot drop another map. Are we going to see Lane Tech be able to close it out, or are we going to see the beginning of a reverse sweep?
Yeah, and Lane Tech this time pulling out the Astra as well as 2 duelists this time. So looking to play a bit more aggressively, but we also see 2 duelists on the side of Niles West. Both of these teams just looking to maybe play a bit more aggressively this game. And right now, Niles West deciding to actually play a little bit safer. Opting for this default, but Lane Tech deciding to play aggressive on this defense. Going up, Pen Lovers starting off strong yet again with 2 nice headshots there to start this round. The last 3 players here for Niles West taking the mid, spotting out so many players over in that A main, taking the space advantage that they do have, and Swagster with an amazing shot onto Kim Chi there, evening out the player score just a little bit. Lane Tech now down a player, but the bomb will be planted on this B site. Now the Lane Tech retake, kind of having them boxed in a little bit, having that flank available to them right now. A lot of damage coming out there onto Bando. More damage onto Casey Echo. Ichi manages to take that one out. Now a quick 3v3. Bando getting 1. Very low HP. Pen Lovers gets the 3rd, gets the 4th, looking for the last one for the clutch, but doesn't quite get it. Bando able to clean that one up. A very close pistol round, but does go in the favor of Niles West varsity.
Yeah, Pen Lovers really showing off that mechanical skill, getting the first 2 opening picks, but in a fantastic adjustment by Niles West, recognizing that the A main push was happening, meaning there's not as much sync on that B side, and quickly rotating over. Even in the numbers disadvantage of 3v5, being able to get that pick to make it 3v4, and then having total site control is a very winnable situation for Niles West, and they do exactly that when pistol round.
Yeah, now having the bye. Hopefully going to start this game with some rounds to their name last time, but as we saw, Lane Tech, you can't be too cautious. Some pop shots going out in mid right now, just playing it a little bit safe. Decide to back up off A as well. Lurking towards this mid, still playing a little bit safe, even though they do have the weapon advantage. They don't want to get too greedy and give their rifles away. We've seen what Lane Tech can do, so being cautious is what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, I'm playing it slow as well. Just waiting for information. Does hear a lot of utility come out. Pen is going to try and slow it down with their own smoke. Zion going to get on site fast, be able to get the pick onto Pen. As bomb goes down as well, Bando getting another one, and Swagster with another one. A lot of picks going in the side of Niles West on this eco. Nuke's the only one left, looking for a chance. He's going to see a little bit of an opening, see the flash there, and get picked off by Ichi, meaning that Niles West is going to win that round too. Really solid, nice, safe round for Niles West. I think they played that really smart, understanding that sometimes in those economies that people can really get creative and kind of do some silly plays, so playing it a little bit slower to see if any of those silly plays were going to happen.
And now going into this 3rd round, the bonus for Niles West, but not having too bad of a bonus either. Swagster and Bando both having rifles to their name. Ichi having a Guardian Zion with the Outlaw and a Spectre for Mile Kuno. Not too bad here going into this Lane Tech 5 rifles. And we'll have to see how they decide to play this one. Playing a little bit aggressively towards this B site right now, while the other 3 kind of lurk up A here. Only the Astra, only Pen Lovers here, and a nice starting shot onto Zion there. We'll slow down the push just a little bit. having to work their way around the map. Lane Tech rotating over just a little bit, but still getting some sight lines on this B site. Not sure where the rest of Niles West wants to play. Doing a good job of just playing this default right now, just looking for a pick if they can. Again, still not having too bad of an economy right now. Looking to take at least something into this fourth round with them with 45 seconds left on the clock. Looking to make a play for this A site. Some utility going to be spotted out. That Fade Eye coming onto this A site. Managing to get one onto Swagster. Ichi and Bando both getting one of their own. 3v3 now.
30 seconds left.
Low HP on this Clove here for Niles. Looking to push it. Ichi manages to get one of the Kimchi. Casey Echo one onto Ichi. Malkuno and Bando both getting one of their own. And another 3-0 here for Niles West.
Yeah, looking very similar to the way map 2 went, but still getting a lot of value for Niles West, actually able to secure that round 3 as well, especially with Penn getting the first pick, making it a 5v4 Niles West, once again adjusting really well in the late game. Very impressive from them, especially down in an 0-2 situation, trying to make sure they keep that mental and be able to have that advantage going later on into the rounds, and just keeping their composure throughout the entire round.
And we'll see if Lane Tech can try to convert with this save. Bando going to start off with a second. Casey Echo going to get a trade, but Malkuno will follow it up. Now only 2 players left. Zion going to get nukes out. Kimchi quickly the last player left here.
Spike planted.
Spike planted here for Niles West. Kimchi looking to make something happen with this Marshall. Is there save? So not necessarily looking to win the round, but just looking to get as many picks as they can. Slow down Niles West's economy a little bit if they can manage. Swagster having this cam, going to lock off this angle. Ends up getting stopped here by this Clove smoke. Maybe just looking for some exits at this point. Just playing safe. Waiting for these exits here. The bomb about to go off. None of them going to be pushed towards Kimchi's direction. And Kimchi just going to look to try to get one, but will just die to the bomb here, garnering them a little bit more economy, knowing that they're going to be buying up and don't want that Marshall anymore. The smart play to decide to take there. Now going into this 5th round. Niles West having the 4-0 lead yet again. But can Lane Tech convert this time, or is Niles West going to be able to hold it? Yeah,
let it be known, it is a good play there for Kimchi to actually die to the bomb, because they don't get as much economy if they live on a losing round. That's why that happened. They weren't just not paying attention to the bomb at all. Niles definitely been in this situation before and lost this situation before. Needs to make sure to play a little smarter and give respect to this team that is the C1. Make sure to push this advantage for as long as they can. Echo with that first pick though. Bando's going to be able to entry onto Kimchi into this connector as well. A little bit more of a fight in mid. Echo's going to find another one onto Ichi. 4v3 for Lane Tech. Has not gotten a round win yet on this map.
Pen Lover's going to get a nice pick there onto Bando. Niles West now only down to 2 players. If this is the time for Lane Tech to convert, it's now. But Zion not ready to let that happen just yet. Getting a nice pick there. Now still having the player advantage in Lane Tech's favor.
Yeah,
right now, Malkuno just looking to make some space here with Zion.
Niles doing such a good job at working the map, going back to where they had the original engagement. I don't think this is expected from Lane Tech. Echo completely unaware. It's the opportunity. Zion's going to get another pick, make it a 2v2, and it's just become a guessing game for Lane Tech on where these players are going to commit. Finally looking to commit onto this B side. Pen Lovers using the snare as well. Nuke's the only defender here, though. In a 1v2 situation, plant is going to go down from Malkuno. Is Nuke's going to be able to stop it? Not with this utility the way it's set up. Smoke does fade. A little bit of dual lower. Malkuno being able to get a pick, gets the information. Pen Lovers been the MVP for Lane Tech. Can they do it again? But no, Zion's going to be able to get that pick. And Niles West pulls out to a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, it almost looked like Lane Tech was going to start it, but Zion with a fantastic 3K to get that round back. And the momentum certainly in Niles West's favor right now, with Lane Tech having to go back into a save yet again. We're going to have to see what they can do.
Yeah, finally being able to change that pace of what they had on map 2, being able to put a 5th round on the board. Very dominant attack so far from Niles West.
Yeah, and we saw what happened when Lane Tech swapped, but for now, Niles West trying to get as many rounds as possible, doing a great job on this attack, and especially if they can keep it up on defense, looking to start a reverse sweep to go in their favor. But Pen Lover's still looking at this close angle, trying to get a shot with that Sheriff there. Doesn't manage to grab it, has to throw out some utility really quickly, getting a nice shot there onto Zion. Looking to maybe try to pick up that rifle, still has to take as many shots as possible. Casey Echo looking to use that Sova ulti as well. Bando gets a nice pick there onto Pen Lovers. That tether gonna prove rough here for Lane Tech. Ichi managing to get 3 off of that amazing fade tether. And Nukes, the last player left for Lane Tech, with only a stinger here to try to make something happen. Spots out Ichi, but Ichi is going to be able to trade that for a 4th pick. 6-0 lead. Niles West showing their dominance right now, but Lane Tech back on a bye.
Yeah, and I think Lane Tech probably should be talking about taking a timeout here soon, trying to discover exactly what's going on with Niles West that's causing them issues. I think the way that Niles West is playing map control is really dominant for them, but Lane Tech kind of needs to recognize that, take a little bit more of a sync towards mid, and honestly, Pen Lovers looks to be their best player, has been very dominant in these couple of maps. Don't leave them on an island like you are leaving them out to trade or maybe get 2 if they're really lucky. Try to play to support your Astra player who is all alone on this A site.
Yeah, but Niles West just showing that they still have it in them. Ichi gonna get that res, able to take out Aw, keep themselves alive there. Kimchi and Casey Echo both getting 1 of their own. Now the man advantage gained for Lane Tech yet again, but if Zion has anything to say about it, this might go back into Niles West's favor pretty soon. Fade utility going to come out. Spots out Pen Lovers. Manages to get 1, but Swagster with the trade. Still the advantage in Lane Tech's favor. The ultimate going to come out by Swagster. Spotting out the rest of Lane Tech's players. Knowing that they're all forced towards this A. Looking to rotate here. Going to try to get a lurk pick here if they can. All 3 of Lane Tech's players grouped up here in the CT. Not sure where Niles West is right now.
I think this is a smart play by Lane Tech, who has been getting punished by the rotations, just playing as 3, knowing they have the numbers advantage on the retake, trying to commit to this. Swagster's looking for the lurk, is going to be able to get the pick onto KC, traded out by Kimchi, and all of a sudden, 2v1 situation that Lane Tech really needs to win.
Yeah, a 1v2 Zion looking for it. We'll have to see if Lane Tech can do it or if Zion can convert for a 7th round in a row. A lot of information being spotted out. Zion gets 1, but Kimchi is there for the trade. The 3K for Kimchi and Lane Tech with the first round in their favor. We'll have to see if this momentum can bring it back or if Niles West can keep it going.
Yeah, even that first round win for Lane Tech, very close and definitely a winnable situation for Niles West. But Lane Tech being able to play that very end smart, understand the trades and their numbers advantage, something that they hadn't been doing a whole lot up until this point in this map, but something that we have seen them do a lot in previous maps. I wonder if it's something about the length of these games. After all, this is the first best of 5 in the entire series. In the entire playoffs, excuse me. Maybe the idea of how long this series could be is getting to these players.
Yeah, now going into this next round, looking for the lurk up. Gonna get a nice pick there on to Swagster to start this round in Lane Tech's favor. Niles West still having an opportunity to convert this. But if Lane Tech can take this round for 2 in a row here, then the momentum certainly grabbed back. The 1 round is great, but the 2 rounds are really what you need to feel good about it. And Pen Lovers with an amazing flick onto Bando. Spots out Malkuno, looks for the 2nd pick. Keeping this A site alive right now for Lane Tech. Niles
down
West
B.
just falling right now to the defense. Malcuno lurks up. Pen Lovers getting the trade. Now only one player left here for Niles West. Zion looking to try to get a pick if they can. 36 seconds left. Not looking for a sight at this point, but just looking for picks. And Nukes will trade it. The flawless for Lane Tech. And if you are Lane Tech, you feel good about this round to maybe start this momentum back.
Yeah, Niles is not too stressed, though. They have a decent amount of economy. Even after those 2 rounds, being able to buy in once again. And that's just the advantage of getting that first 6-game stretch. Being able to close out this half very dominantly is definitely on the top of Niles' priority list. Lane Tech, though, starting to get some back. This is similar to what we saw at the end of map 2, with them starting to grab some rounds and making it a little closer after their slide. Maybe they'll be able to shift momentum as well.
Yeah, and Lane Tech deciding to play this defense the same way they have been, but swapping this Phoenix over to the A. Niles West looking to play a little bit more passive here. They have players all over the map right now, just trying to look for these early picks. We'll have to see if they can grab those. The bomb sitting in their spawn right now, not quite sure exactly what they want to commit on just yet. Lane Tech just playing safe right now. Both teams playing safe right now. Right now, Lane Tech have the advantage of the timer kind of being their 6th defender right now. Niles West having to work against the clock, only having so much time before they have to make a move towards a site. But Lane Tech playing a great safety right now, keeping these sites defended, not getting too greedy for picks right now.
And that timer's going to start becoming a factor. Only 37 seconds left in the round. Looks like Niles is going to decide to commit to this 8 side. Pen Lover's the only one with presence on the A side in this little cubby, trying to make an opportunity. Niles is going to try and fill it out before reinforcements come. As the swing comes out, Milkuno being able to get Pen, get that advantage, and the plant down as Ah comes back with the ultimate.
KC Echo getting a nice trade there. 3v4. Lane Tech having the man advantage, but Niles having the positional advantage right now. Malcuno managing to get 1. Nukes gets 1, but Bando trades for 2 quickly, making this a 1v2. Bando doing really well right now. Nuke's going to try to start this defuse here. Gets it about half, but Bando able to trade, knowing where Nukes is sitting. And a great round from Niles West. Bando with a fantastic 3K. Starting this momentum back, not letting Lane Tech have any more.
Yeah, Niles West once again with that great patience that has earned them so many rounds unto this point with their rotations, just waiting on utility that Lane Tech is trying to commit with and really using the entirety of that clock. Smart plays by Niles West, and when they commit very efficiently, not using too much utility so that they have something for post-plant. Just great play overall.
And we'll have to see how Lane Tech is going to try to convert with the rest of this defense, having only 2 rounds left in this half. Niles looking to play aggressively here towards this mid. Nice flash from Bando. Is able to spot out Nukes, and KC Echo will clean up that ultimate. Still, every player for Niles alive. Dominant half so far, and a fantastic attack to start this 10th round here. Kimchi looking to try to get a pick here. Has to back up a little bit. The flash coming out. Walking back behind that corner. Gets a nice pick onto Bando. Gets 1 onto Zion as well. Trying to keep themselves alive with these smokes. Just kind of darting around right now. Not sure where the rest of them are going to be playing. Swagster able to take out Kimchi there. 2v3. And with the Sova at such low HP here, KC Echo not having a lot. Pen Lovers needing to grab one here, but Ichi will get Pen Lovers down. Only 5 HP left. Ichi will clean up the next one. 8-2 right now. Niles West with a dominant attack here.
Yeah, Lane Tech trying to get that one swung back in their favor with a couple of good trades, but when Bando is able to entry with the Phoenix ulti and immediately get 2 picks, it's definitely almost a secure round at that point, getting so much advantage in the numbers. Bando sporting that 14-5 stat line through 10 rounds already. Definitely popping off for Niles West, exactly what they need when they're down 2 maps like this.
Absolutely, and now going to decide to play a little bit towards that mid again. And again, Lane Tech having to save up just a little bit here. Not full buys. Only 2 rounds remaining. If they can get these next 2 and get to 4, they'll feel a little better going into this attack. But Niles West going to try their best to not let that happen. And so far, showing that they definitely can. Right now, just playing a little safe for both teams, trying to get some information still. Feeling out these sites, lurking up Art a little bit here. Bando gonna try to find Nukes here. Looking upper, spots him out. Able to get a nice pick to start for Niles West. Pen Lovers tries to make something happen, but Swagster gonna get that trade onto Pen Lovers. The Cypher ult gonna come out as well, securely grabbing them this A site. Lane Tech needing to convert, but Ichi not ready. Echo not ready for Ichi to be in that spot. Only 2 players left. Looking for Ichi here. Is able to get it. Doesn't use that Clove ulti. Doesn't feel it necessary. The flash gonna come out. Tries to spot out Bando. Gets Malkuno. But Zayan able to trade out onto Kimchi deciding to live. Has that operator. Just keep that economy available to you. Don't want to let this go to 10-2.
Yeah, and it looks like Niles West doesn't actually know about the operator since they took 0 push towards the B long. Not aware that they should maybe be hunting for this. Starting to recognize it maybe a little bit now. But still, being able to take a dominant take like that, really working this mid line very well for Niles West. Meanwhile, Lane Tech really needs to get this last round on the board if they expect to have any sort of comeback. It's not every map that you get a 6-round slide on halftime swap.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to bring so much back on the last one, but they weren't this far down going into the next half. Niles West really wanting to start this reverse sweep here in this game 3.
Yeah, definitely something I think I could see them doing as well, especially with how close map 2 was. This team has seemed to get better as the maps have gone along. Really just having to deal with a small few adjustments, but overall their team play as a whole has been really good. As the Fate Ultimate is committed here very quickly by Niles West. Actually, a disengage from the A main. Looks like they want to go through this mid again. It's been working well for them. And once again, it's only Pen Lovers as the commit here. Pen Lovers going to be able to get Malkuno, though, in that smoke. Look for a second one. Zion's going to be able to trade it out. Ichi with a pick as well. Numbers advantage for Niles yet again.
Yeah, now just looking to try to push this site if they can. Not a whole lot of lane tech threat. Kimchi going to get the nice pick onto Ichi. KC Echo, they're able to save that there. Ichi going down. Bando getting one onto KC Echo, though. Looking for this op. Gets a nice flash onto Kimchi, able to take him out. Gets out of that Killjoy ultimate just in time, and Zayan cleaning it up. A 10-2 half for Niles West.
Switching sides.
Now lane tech, a almost must-win pistol round for them right now.
Yeah, just a very dominant half showing from Niles West, being able to control any part of the map that they wanted, and lane tech not kind of playing on the back foot for a lot of that, and I don't really think that's on them. I think a lot of it is just how proactive Niles West was being and how decisive that they were being during all their decisions. And of course, it helps when your top frag is Bando going 17-5.5.
Yeah, Bando going crazy for Miles West right now. Lane Tech, Pen Lovers still at the top with KC Echo not too far behind. And now in this attack, looking to start for the mid. Deciding to play it quickly here. Stepping around, trying to find these picks early. Looking to go towards this B site here. Niles West over towards the A site. Kind of able to grab this B site for free here. Niles West having to back up just a little bit.
Spike planted.
The spike getting down quickly. Now Niles West looking to try to convert this retake here. KC Echo gets one. Pen Lovers getting another. Ichi getting a nice trade there on a Pen Lovers, but gonna trade it out. KC Echo getting another as well. Quickly, only one player left here. Ichi getting KC Echo down in a 1v3, still having a lot of time left on this bomb to work with. Gonna rotate back, try to take this safe. Goes for the ghost here. Able to take out but Nukes will get the trade. And the pistol round 1 for Lane Tech now going to be able to convert into a bye.
Yeah, a must-win round for Lane Tech is mustly won, being able to get that point on the board. Maybe start getting some momentum back for them. However, this is a much larger gap than what was in map 2, Niles West, being able to sport that 10-2 half. Only needs to lace together a couple of rounds here, can play it smart, can really try and read out what Lane Tech wants to do on this defense and on this offense, and be able to get the change there.
Yeah, now going into this second round, going to decide to look for these picks yet again, deciding to default a little bit, play aggressively. Penlover's looking for it, is able to spot out Swagster before Ichi can spot it, and is able to get 2 with that stinger. Casey Echo getting 1 as well. Quickly, Cyan, the only player left, is able to spot out Kimchi, but with only 4 HP, Nuke's able to clean that up, and that is the next round gained. And what do you do here if you're Lane Tech? Do you force up, or do you keep safe for the bonus?
Looks like Lane Tech's actually going to try and play a little bit for the bonus here, having a really solid second round, only losing 1 rifle, or 1 SMG, I should say. Feels comfortable with their economy, going to try and manage it a little bit more, and feeling good about how those 2 rounds went, especially catching out a little bit of the surprise play that was in mid, completely shutting that down and being able to get that swing. I think they're feeling good going into this round 3.
Yeah, now making a lot of progress towards this mid here, getting a nice pick onto Bando early. Trying for the aggressive play on the Phoenix, but wasn't expecting 3 people to be there. Is going to try to aggressively convert that pick to some advantage onto A site here. The flash going to come out. Nukes and able to clean 2 with those stingers. Grab some rifles and get the bomb down. Only 2 players left for Niles West.
Yeah, and I just think Lane Tech's doing a really good job of this stinger rush, staying together and making sure there's just more bullets going their direction rather than the opposite way. 2v5 for Niles West, a round that they're supposed to win economy-wise, but all of a sudden find themselves at a disadvantage. And once again, with the situation being as it is, with such a lead, they've decided to just give up the round. I think this is a wise play by Niles West as well. Just give up the round and keep their rifles for the next one.
Yeah, and Lane Tech going to be able to convert this to a 3rd round in a row on this attack. These teams clearly comfortable on these attack halves, able to make so much work, and Lane Tech maybe going to start getting some momentum back in their favor, but still have a lot of mountain to climb.
Yes, Penlover, look, oh my gosh, Penlover getting the last 2. That has to feel terrible for Niles West, trying to save those guns, and it's actually going to force a timeout from them as they lose that economy right before the round starts. Penlover, we haven't said their name a whole lot during this round 3 as they went off in map 2, but being able to make the smart, wise play on the only corner that they could be left on and be able to clear, getting those 2 picks before the timeout is forced.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt the economy a little bit for Niles West, having to go in this 4th round. We're going to have a couple rifles in their favors, but did end up getting shot down just a little bit. And if Lane Tech here can convert this into a 4th, and especially going into a 5th, then they're going to be looking great, but still needing 5 rounds to be able to tie this up with Niles West.
And we've seen Lane Tech do it before with that 6-round slide on the last map. But, I mean, you already win 3 rounds in a row. The the momentum is definitely in your favor. And then all of a sudden, a crazy play like that goes against you. I think it's going to be hard for Niles West to be able to rally from that. But they are in the grand finals from the winner's bracket. I definitely think they have the ability to rally.
But again, they are still 5 rounds ahead, needing only 3 rounds to clean this up. They definitely have the leeway to give up a couple rounds. I don't think that they need to be worried just yet. But Lane Tech being able to start with those first 3 rounds is a great momentum grabber for Lane Tech here. Zion going to get a little bit aggressive with this Sheriff here. Try to spot out a pick on this unsuspecting Lane Tech player. Haven't spotted out each other, but Penlovers turns around at just the right time, able to take out Zion. to start this round. The reload going to come out. Ichi getting aggressive as well. Tries to take the shot. Decides to back up. Now into a 2v2 split here. Couple players going towards the B site here. Sending 3 over towards this B. The fade eye going to come out, spotting out a few. 4 players left here still for Niles West. Oz going to be able to take out Mile Kuno there to start this play here. Casey Echo going to get that bomb down. Now down 2 players. Niles West going to have to convert to a retake here. A great post plant to be made for Lane Tech. Bando going to try to make an aggressive play into Halls here. Goes for it, but Oz going to be able to get it, and Pen Lovers getting the last, with Casey Echo getting 1 as well. That was the save for Niles West, and this is going to look to be a decider round, because if Lane Tech is going to be able to take the 7th, and then Niles West having to save to take an 8th, it's going to start looking scary.
Yeah, Niles West doesn't need to be worried about that round, and honestly, if I'm a Niles West player, I'm completely throwing that last round out of my brain. Because it was just, it's a hard situation to already win in, and you don't want it to affect you any more than it already would. You want to look forward to the next round and take that next round mentality and understand that you still have a 4-round lead.
Yeah, deciding to play it safe for the side of Lane Tech yet again, defaulting just a little bit to try to gain some information. It's been working for them on this attack, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. About to come into contact in mid here. Pen Lovers spotting out Bando. Bando having the advantage on that shot, but just not able to clean it up. The rest of them going to take this push towards the B site. Aggressive play here from Kimchi. Going to try to get this pick onto Zion. Doesn't want to be too greedy for it. And Zion able to get Kimchi down. Now the advantage gained for Niles West here. Pen Lovers getting taken out by Ichi as well.
I think
This is a really great start here for Niles West.
Yeah, that's a really great read by Ichi, who Pen Lover has done that a couple times now, trying to lurk up the middle, and maybe a recognition from Niles West, understanding that consistent play that has happened.
Yeah, that fade eye gonna come out here. The bomb gonna go down, but still down 2 players. They're gonna have to play this time and try to get some picks here, but Bando gonna shut that down. Casey Echo does go down. 2 players left here. And Nukes to make it happen. Spots 1 on CT. Throws out that flash. Is able to take out Ichi, but Zion to clean up and that will be the 11th round for Niles West. Definitely not looking too scary for them now.
Yeah, a very solid win for Niles West, being able to understand the adjustments that were happening and the adjustments that they needed to make, not showing a whole lot of mid-presence in the first couple rounds. Niles West leaning a little bit more towards that side, not giving Pen Lover as much opportunity to get that presence and just that pressure that they had in the mid for the first few rounds. Interesting to see if Lane Tech will be able to pick up on this, because they only have 1 more round to give before it's match point.
And we'll have to see how Lane Tech can do it. Definitely the decider round for them right now. And they're going to throw out a flash early. Zion getting a pick off it, but going to trade it. 4v4 here. Lane Tech slowing down just a little bit in mid here. Don't want to be too greedy, knowing Bando is sitting around this mid somewhere. Gonna try for the ulti. Is able to take out Bando there. With not a lot of time remaining. Tries to find another Swagster. Able to clean it up there. But having the man advantage isn't ready for this Clove. Ichi able to get around, take out Pen Lovers, but a nice shot from stops him. The ulti gonna come out from Ichi, evening the players. But if they can't get a pick in time, it might not be enough, but Ichi is able to clean up there. But Kimchi and Nukes coming out with 2. And about half HP onto Ichi here. Nukes having to play it together with Kimchi here. That bomb gonna go down. Ichi making their way up. Knows Kimchi is towards this main. Not quite sure where Nukes is gonna be playing. Decides to throw the smoke down. Walks out, not ready for Kimchi to be that close. and that will be the needed round for Lane Tech.
Yeah, I thought Niles West had a great pinch in that middle with Ichi wrapping around the side, but Lane Tech being able to walk on site fast enough, get the trades in their advantage, and get the number advantage in that post plant. I think Ichi had a good opportunity there, but a very hard situation to be able to turn that one around. Niles West still, though, probably going to have to save here, maybe a little bit of a light buy. Their economy is kind of awkward at this point. It's really if they want to try and force up or if they're going to try and play this little coast that they can because of their large round lead.
And now lurking towards this mid again. A lot of Niles West here postured towards this mid, kind of used to Lane Tech pushing up here. Zion gonna try and get those knives and clears it through. Does go down, but not before being taken out to 20 HP. Ichi getting a nice headshot onto Nukes there. Now the player advantage gained for Niles West. If they can take this round, then I think it solidifies their game. But Casey Echo and Pen Lovers not ready to let that happen just yet. Quickly evening out the players. 3v3 gonna work their way towards this B, playing safe. Having this operator in their hands as well. Casey Echo gonna get some shots there. But not able to find a pick, and Bando able to spot out Casey Echo. Kimchi getting one, the flash coming out. Has to updraft to save themselves. The ulti gonna be shot down by Pen Lovers. Gets a nice shot onto Swagster. Now quickly, Bando, the only player left here, gonna decide to take this heaven. Pen Lovers not quite sure, looking for the ankle and is able to take him out. 3K there for Pen Lovers. An 8-11, getting just a little bit closer. Lane Tech inching their way forward.
Yeah, usually you see your oppers as your duelist, maybe your Jet with Kimchi already showing that they can play the op, but Pen Lovers actually deciding to be the opper this time. Really nice play from Lane Tech, being able to audible to that B connector. I think their original play was that A connector, and when they recognized there was so much presence there, actually rotated off, and that's something that only the best teams can do, really be able to audible mid-round, and we've seen both of these teams do it up to this point.
And now gonna lurk up the A this time, deciding not to take the mid. Coming into contact with Ichi first, is gonna get that pick started. Picks up that ult orb there. Swagster able to clean that one up, trying to look for the Cypher ult, but just too risky to try to take that player even here. 4-4. Spike now planted. Pen Lovers having this operator in their hands as well. The rest of them kind of playing towards this main. Having the Sova ulti online, looks like that might be what they're trying to play for here. Pen Lovers getting a pick onto Zion. The smoke's going to come out from Pen Lovers as well, slowing them down just a little bit. That Phoenix wall going to come out, knowing that the rest of Lane Tech is going to be playing in this main here. Niles West going to try their best to convert this. Going to get a nice pick onto Bando. Half for Malkuno. The defuse almost being stuck, but Nukes going to be able to take him out with that swarm there. Not too bad of a retake there from Niles West, going to opt to take this time out. 3 rounds gained for Lane Tech, 9-11. Only a 2-round deficit now.
Yeah, Lane Tech being able to play a lot of post plant, and even though Echo goes down with the Sova ultimate, still being able to maintain composure on their plan, play around that Nukes util, the Pen Lovers op, and the just defense from being able to make a lot of really good plays. However, I think Niles West is right there, being able to get a lot of good trades, almost turn that one around with just a second left on the defuse. I don't think they need to be too stressed yet, but I'm not upset about this timeout either, Jackson. I think it's very good to still stop the momentum while you're staying ahead. This is actually one of my biggest complaints in basketball. Is basketball coaches always wait until they are behind again before they call a timeout, rather than Niles West, who is wisely using it before they have lost this lead, trying to grab a little bit of that momentum back.
Yeah, and we'll see if this timeout can maybe ice up Lane Tech just a little bit as well. Also just kind of talking about what's going wrong right now and how they can stop Lane Tech. They experienced it last game, starting off on that deficit and then converting to attack and being able to take it. Niles West not wanting it to happen again. Just needing to be able to take 2 more rounds to be able to clean this one up. but Lane Tech slowly on their heels, playing aggressively towards this B site for both teams. Niles West kind of reading this attack here. Casey Echo going to get that Sova drone out. Pen Lover's going to get a nice pick on to Bando. Malkuno going to trade with that Marshall on to Ah. Aware that one is behind that pillar there. Kimchi going to trade onto Zion. Ichi being spotted out. Kimchi gets another onto Malkuno as well. Looking for another. Spots out Ichi behind. Is able to grab that 3K and a quick 4K on to Swagster. A great round here. Niles West having to go into that in a save though. But now after that timeout and now going into a full buy, if I were them, this is the round that I would be looking to take.
Yeah, definitely already sliding in this half, losing 8 of the last 9. Niles West needs to find a foothold here and fast. Now, that last round was an eco for them, and you could see it on that gamble, but the gamble actually rolled into them exactly where they wanted Lane Tech to play, and it still didn't work out. Niles West has got to come up with something, and they've got to come up with it fast.
Yeah, and deciding to play aggressively towards this B again. Niles West trying to posture towards this A, maybe expecting the mid. But a lot of aggression coming out on this B. The Astro Wall going to come out as well. Try to get them this site. Having a lot of ultimates to their name. The Phoenix and Astro coming out. Get that bomb down for all. Try to find a pick, but does get whipped back. Now a 5v5.
Watching here.
Niles West going to have to put in some work to try to get this retake. Pen Lovers having this op available to them as well. Quick retake here for Niles West, spotting out a lot of sight. Zion able to take out Kimchi there. The Fatal coming out as well. Tries to take a shot. Doesn't quite get it. Malkuno going to try to stick this defuse. Gets it to about half. The Sova ulti coming out from KC Echo, but the defuse is going to be stuck through. Zion able to clean up Nukes and Pen Lovers as well. A fantastic and needed retake there for Niles West. And now the match point.
Yeah, I think Niles West played that really well. That Sova ultimate just a little off its mark to stop the plant. But Lane Tech still winning 8 of the last 10. Has to feel okay, but just with the way match point is, you know those nerves are starting to come in. I thought they had a really good set play there on that B push, but Niles West playing it wisely, not over-aggressing into that Astro Wall, trying to stop the plant, just playing for retake, and it worked out very well for them. And now all of a sudden, they have one more point before they force a map 4.
Yeah, and Niles West playing towards this A again, maybe expecting a Lane Tech switch up. Swagster maybe looking for an aggressive pick here, but does get taken out by Ah there. The jet knives coming out from Lane Tech as well. Niles West going to have to quickly rotate over this bomb. Going to go down. Ichi maybe going to try to get an aggressive recontest here. Lane Tech looking to just hold this if they can. 3 of Niles West players sitting up here in heaven to try to spot out some of these Lane Tech players. Bando able to get 2. Casey Echo going to get a trade. Not able to find Malkuno, but Kimchi getting 2 on their own. Pen Lovers looking for 1. Now Jet duel here, and Kimchi will clean it. An 11-12. Lane Tech only needing 1 more round to be able to take this to overtime.
Yeah, Lane Tech playing that post plant a little differently that time, placing a lot more players in connector so that Niles West had to focus on a lot more angles when clearing the site. And I don't think Niles West was expecting it, especially with how seamlessly their last retake went, as it does seem that we are being called for a tech pause. A little bit of an issue there. Hopefully it won't be super long. Obviously, both of these teams in the heat of it, and especially when you get this close to match point, these teams are definitely looking to close this one out and either walk away with the championship if you're Lane Tech, or try and force a map 4 and stay alive if you're Niles West.
Yeah, Niles West having experienced in that game 2 the retake, the sweep coming back from Lane Tech, and Niles West having beat Lane Tech before. They know they can do it. We'll just have to see if Niles West can take this to the game 4 or not.
And I'm sure Lane Tech has that in their brain as well, that this is actually the team that knocked them into the relegation bracket and then had to climb all the way back up. But winning every one of those games in a 2-0 style, Lane Tech probably has a lot of momentum going into the series and has felt confident. And of course, when you're up 2 maps to 0, you're still feeling confident, even looking down at the scoreboard.
Yeah, and going into this final heated round before overtime. Lane Tech going to take the mid again. Niles West kind of spread out this time, just waiting for these pushes, waiting for the picks. The Sova drone going to come out, spots out Bando there, decides to not push it and just play it safe here, looking for the picks.
Concealment.
Pen Lovers looking for a pick with this op as well. 60 seconds left on this timer. Going to try for the aggressive flash here. Doesn't find anybody just yet. The wall going to come out. Kind of hears Zion drop, but isn't aware that Swagster is there. Casey Echo going to get the trade onto Swagster, though. Quickly making this a 4v4. Both teams playing so safe. They know how important this round is and how much they can't give away. Ichi getting a nice shot, getting another, and is going to go for the res. Kimchi getting the trade, but Ichi going to look for the aggressive take here. Try to keep themselves alive with this ultimate, but isn't going to be able to find anybody here. Does spot out Pen Lovers, but is able to take that one out. The disadvantage for Lane Tech on players right now. Going to have to take this B site with only 20 seconds left. Not having any ultimates to the name either. The Phoenix ult available here for Niles West as well. Kimchi going to start this plant here, but has to back off of it. The aggression coming out, the decay coming out. So much utility onto Pen Lovers here, kind of stopping them a little bit. Pen Lovers and Kimchi in some good positions here, but still the disadvantage. Kimchi able to take out Bando there, able to take out Zion. Pen Lovers getting one onto Malkuno as well. Quickly, only one player left here for Niles West. Bando, the player to do it all. Can they keep their team in this series? Can they clean this up and not let Lane Tech have this overtime? The timer just ticking away right now. Still hasn't found anything. Just playing Ring Around the Rosie right now with Kimchi. That bomb going to be ticking away and just not enough time, and the round will be cleaned up and we will get to see our first overtime.
Yeah, Lane Tech coming back from that 10-2 half all the way back to 12-12, and I was worried that they were going to crumble away at that last one, but Niles West, with that 3v2 advantage, just losing a couple of trades, and Pen Lovers and Kimchi, who I feel like we've been saying their name a lot during this map, especially playing off of each other really well. However, Niles West gets to go back on the attack here, and this is where they had that dominant 10-2 run. Definitely be able to have a great chance to grab the momentum again and still be able to close out this map.
Yeah, and especially I think it really does just kind of come down to who can win this defensive round. Because as we can see, only 4 rounds were won on defense. So it really is just who can convert this to a defense. But for now, looks like we have some tech pause. Another disconnect. We will go to a quick be right back. Don't go anywhere for this heated overtime. We are back, 5 seconds left before getting us into this overtime. Lane Tech back on the defense. Niles West on the attack here. Going to decide to send it towards mid, but Lane Tech showing some aggression themselves. The flash comes out. Kimchi able to get a nice trade onto Zion for it. Bando getting a trade themselves, though. KC Echo going to get one. Kimchi knocked down to 30 HP. Ah gets one onto Ichi. Quickly grabbing Lane Tech the advantage on this defensive round. Niles West going to have to back up and play safer. Swagster and Mile Kuno.
Niles West has turned these rounds around before, though. A lot of times where they have disadvantage, just being able to work the map and get it finished off. Have to see if they're going to be able to do it again now that the stakes are a lot higher than they were in the middle or at the beginning of this map.
Yeah, 12-12, and it really does just come down to the defense. Both teams able to kind of dominate on these attacks, but right now Lane Tech able to do a great job of shutting them down in this mid this time. Looks like they're going to want to send it. Art ready for it here for this angle. KC Echo gets one, but Mile Kuno with an amazing clean through on two of them to be able to keep themselves alive. Mile Kuno looking for maybe a rotate here. The last player standing on this Niles West attack.
I love this hard read by Malcuno. Getting the picks and then immediately disengaging is going to get so much space. Only has 13 seconds. Has to start walking. Players are going to be able to hear this, though. Really forced on the timer.
Tries to get a pick if they can, but only 4 seconds left. Has to swing it out. And Kimchi will take Malcuno down. And that is the defensive round for Lane Tech, and we saw how dominant they were on this attack. Can they keep it up, or can Niles West shut down this defense, or this attack from Lane Tech and not let another sweep happen?
Yeah, I felt like that round went a lot faster than the ones we had seen prior, with that clock being the best ally of Lane Tech. I think Niles West could have had a really big play had they had maybe 20 more seconds on the clock to be able to get that opportunity, but now it all leans on their defense, their struggle point to be able to stay in this game.
And deciding to lean it towards mid as well. Niles West kind of leaning towards B, expecting the Lane Tech aggression towards that B site, but now towards this mid. Gonna posture here for this long angle. The smoke gonna come out to try to get themselves through their spawn here a little bit. Swagster position on this angle to try to get this pick. Already with the flash, and we'll get the pick onto Swagster. Gonna start Lane Tech with a lead. Zion getting a trade, quickly evening this back out. Tries to get a spray through, but isn't quite able to convert. Niles West kind of having a health advantage right now. KC Echo only at 16 HP. Kimchi at about half as well. Right now, Lane Tech just kind of grouped up in mid right now, still trying to find these picks. Just can't let Niles West have too much here.
Yeah, and it looks like Lane Tech's also worried about committing on a site with how much space they've given up on the map by forcing this mid. Slowly starting to work it back towards the B side. Really every angle trying to work, while Niles also just really not sure where Lane Tech wants to go, making sure they don't give up anything for free, trying to contest every angle. These are two teams that are at the peak of their game right now, knowing they're competing for their entire season to pay off.
Yeah, and quickly, 15 seconds left. Have to take this B site. A lot of spray coming out, but the bomb will end up going down. Niles West having 4 players left for this retake, and isn't aware that one is going to be coming flank here. It hasn't turned around just yet. Pen Lovers does end up trying to look for it and gets a nice shot there on to Bando. Niles West 3v3, Zion getting the trade. The bomb gonna be tapped. Ichi manages to get one. Pen Lovers gonna trade it back quickly. Finds Zion as well, and Mile Kuno will end up being taken out. And the Lane Tech College Prep will be able to convert that to a 3-0 game series win for them, and a fantastic game, being able to retake that one from 10-2.
Yeah, that's 2 games in a row where Lane Tech was able to come back, really solidify themselves in the second half and be able to clinch out that 3-0 victory. Big congrats to them, and big congrats to Niles West as well, putting up a dominant fight and still getting that second place.
And thank you guys so much for watching the Illinois High School Esports Association 3A Valorant Grand Final. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you later.